The box on here, we're just going to make some dumplings, but I've got some savoury dumplings cooking in the stew, and we're just going to come over and have a look at them, but I'm going to make some more to show you how to make them. As you can see, these are herby ones, and it's bubbling in the slow cooker. It's on medium at the moment. As you can see, down behind here is all beef, and these ones will be cooked. They've been in there a good half an hour now. In here we got beef, onions, celery. I fried it first and put some herbs in and out the garden, made some dumplings. So dumplings, they can be sweet or savoury. There's obviously famous spotted dick, which is another name, Dalmatian pudding, or jam roly-poly. So we're going to make the sweet version here, but I'm going to make dumplings rather than the roly-poly. So roly-poly, you'd make the suet pastry, put the jam in the middle, roll it up, seal it in some muslin or some tin foil, make a bit of space so it can swell up, and you would steam it. By steaming it, you'd put it, and it wouldn't be sitting in the water, it would be normally above it. So in here I'm going to put the dumplings in here, the sweet dumplings, and then put the water in here. So I'm going to do apple and sultana, so it's like apple dumpling, or sultana, which would be a bit like spotted dick. Then I'm going to make some jam ones as well, and we're going to have these with custard later, in about an hour's time probably. So the first thing I need is 100 grams of flour. I'm only going to make a few. These aren't that healthy, so I'm not allowed to have too many of these. My son's only 17. He's okay to eat more of them. So 100 grams of that. Now on the recipe, I've got the two different suets here. So there's either vegetable suet or beef suet. And obviously beef, this comes from like grated bits. So you get big chunks, far bigger than my hand, and you can grate it normally. I have real suet's really good, but you can't get that very often. From the butcher they do. I have done it a few times. It actually tastes better with it. This is a vegetarian suet, because this one's already open. So 50 grams of this. So it's half fat to flour, 144, 150, that's good. Baking powder, a little bit of baking powder. If I put, it doesn't say to do this, so it's with self-raising flour. I normally put a little bit of extra baking powder in, mix them right out. If you're making savoury ones, you'll need salt or pepper in them, and you can put mixed herbs or any fresh herbs out the garden. I normally put fresh herbs out the garden. These ones here, I'm going to put cinnamon in both. We like cinnamon, so you can put cinnamon in the sultana ones, any apple ones, and even the jam ones, you're going to have them in. Now this will take about 5 tablespoons of water, and this should make, it says 8 dumplings if you're making dumplings, but I'm going to make about that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're making it for roly-poly, you'd have it a little bit thicker than this because you're going to be rolling it out. We're going to see if you need any more. That's probably about right. So you can see lots of bit of brown colour because I've got cinnamon in it, but I love cinnamon, so that's okay. So we're going to put some in here. We're going to make 8 in here. So just balls. You don't have to make it too nice because they just swell up anyway. So these steak and kidney pudding is well known. To make steak and kidney pudding, you'd either line it and then put the steak and kidney mix in already half cooked, and then you'd put suet on top, but you wouldn't bake it. It would be steamed like I'm doing here. So I'm just going to make these, and I'm going to actually have 4 of them. They're going to be like this. I'm going to push it down, then I'm going to put a little bit of jam in the middle, a bit like a thing called a raspberry bun. I don't know if you've ever heard this. And this one here, you could just have this with it, the apple with the dumpling, but I'm going to actually mix it in today. This might be a bit runny, but when they're cooked and they're with custard, they'll be really nice. And this could be for vegetarians, obviously, because it's vegetarian suet, but the beef suet, vegetarians wouldn't be able to eat. Mincemeat. Years ago, obviously, we had mince pies. That's really the reason they're called mince pies, because they have grated beef suet in it. And I've made them with made the mincemeat with real suet many a time. But now, if I go to the butcher next time, I might see if I can ask them if they do it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Or I might have to order it. So in here. One thing I didn't do, which I probably should have done, with the jam ones you don't need much sugar in. With these ones you do. I was meant to mix some in, but I didn't want to put them in the jam one, those would be too sweet. So these ones, I'm just going to sprinkle some sugar on top. Really, that would have been better probably mixed in, but this will all melt anyway. And the jam ones, rather than make it like a Swiss roll, like roly-poly, I'm making them a bit like things like raspberry buns. They're a bit like rock cakes, and you put a little bit of raspberry jam either in the middle here, or you put it in like a bit like a donut and fold it over, but this will all melt, and this will be nice with hot custard. This is one thing, you can't really eat the sweet cold, it's far, far better hot. So now we get some boiling water. I'm just going to wash my hands, I've got all suet on them. Yeah, so not many, we don't do this much at school, suet pastry. We've only got so many weeks to do, and that's probably not the most popular thing. Quite old fashioned. In the Navy, they're well known for having a thing called steak and kidney puddings. If your dad's in the Navy, or your mum's in the Navy, if you ask them, I don't know about the army, but they definitely know the nickname for them, so you have to ask them that. They're definitely well known. So I'm not going to tell you that. You'll have to message me if you can ask your dad, and they'll be able to tell you what they're called. Quite a funny name, I always think. So this is, be careful, it's a bit hot. Into the oven, about 150 degrees, don't have to be too hot because the water only really needs to boil. And there's the dumplings. Now, that's it from Bay House School. If you watch my second video, and we're going to show you how to serve up the beef stew and mashed potato and swede. Thank you.